Right, that thing right there, this thing will kill you. They say sitting is the new smoking. What's good, people? I trust you well. I am just recovering from a bout of the flu, so I've got my green juice, get some vitamins back inside of me, and I'm just hitting the office. So I had a whole day out yesterday was Monday, so just playing catch up today. I've got 2 interviews today. One of them is I'm being interviewed by someone on their online video show, an entrepreneur called Petra Foster, and then later on this evening I'm going to be interviewing Michael E. Gerber, the author of the classic business book, The E-Myth. So I'm really excited about that. In between those 2 interviews, I've got a whole load of work I need to do. So today's going to be mainly in the office, just catching up and just trying to get back on track. I'm so out of breath because I've just come from downstairs and I still can't breathe very well through my sinuses. So bear with me. But yeah, just these things happen. That's how it is. You know, I'm grateful that I've got the opportunity to kind of just not have to worry about phoning into work sick and all those things. You know, I was out of action yesterday, really out of it. Spent the whole day just lying in bed, wrapped up, had my hoodie top on, under the quilt, sipping my green juice, honey and lemon, all that kind of stuff, just trying to shift this thing. But back on track today, so let's do it. Just a quick gripe, real sorry about this, but when you invite someone to come on your podcast or your video show, please don't make them have to download and install new software. There's enough tools out there that we shouldn't have to go through this. Just a gripe, nothing personal. Okay, so we're just going to jump on a video interview with my good friend and fellow entrepreneur Petra. Give us a wave, Petra.
Hi there, how you doing?
So this is a video of a video in a video. So yeah. So we're just going to chop it up. Petra has a online TV interview show called High End Rollers TV, and we're just about to chop it up. So what I'll do, I'll put a link in the YouTube description, and you can check out this episode and other episodes. So let's get to it. Alright, so I just finished with Petra. Just a great opportunity to kind of share my story, and she was really picking my brains. So that was good, just to really share some insights about business systemization, about everything involved in systemizing your business. So that was good. And then we ended up speaking for probably about 30 or 40 minutes off air after the interview. So it was great to catch up. Right, that thing right there, this thing will kill you. They say sitting is the new smoking. If you sit on this thing here for like anything from 3 to 6 hours a day, you're killing yourself. You need to get rid of it and get yourself a makeshift standing desk. So I haven't got space in here for a full standing desk, so what I do, I use 2 box files, a small whiteboard, and I'm good to go. And I tell you what, when I'm standing up and working here, I am so much more productive than when I'm sat on that thing there. So what I try to do, or what I aim to do, is to stand up in the morning for as long as possible. So I usually get in the office and I'll work standing up until I start to feel the burn in the back of my legs, in my feet, which, I mean, I can usually go till lunchtime. Sometimes I can go till, depending on how busy I am and what I'm working on, sometimes I can go till 1, 2 o'clock. And then what I'll do is finish off the day if I'm in the office seated. But yeah, sitting and working is just not the one. You just get hunched over, you get a bad posture, you get a sore backside. it's just not the one. So standing up, my friends, that's the way forward. Standing and working, much more productive, much more healthier, good for the circulation, good for the brain, good for the body. So go for it. Okay, so I've just become a bit of a fanboy, if you want to call it that. I'm trying to hold it down, but I'm excited about this interview. So I've just logged into Skype and look. So I'm going to be talking to Michael Gerber. He's the author of the classic business book, The E-Myth, which, if you've never read it and you're a business owner, you need to read it. It's a classic, it's a game changer. That's a book that really encouraged me to write my book, Standard Procedure, and I've got an opportunity now to speak to Michael for about an hour for our podcast, Business Systems Explored. So really looking forward to that. So I'm trying to not get too excited, keep my cool, keep my composure, and just have a conversation with him. You know, he's a very smart guy. He's changed the lives of many business owners. So let's pick his brain and see what we can find out. Okay, so I've just finished our interview with Michael Gerber, and you ain't gonna believe this. So look at this. You see that there? That's Michael's audio. You see that there? That's my audio. You see what's just happened? So we got on the call, started talking, had a great introduction with him, sort of a pre-show chat. Very sound guy, very sober guy, very wise guy. Really kind of set the tone for how the interview was going to go. So we chatted away, and then we just went straight into it. I'd done the intro, and then I looked and realised that my mic was turned off on the recording. So everyone could hear me fine, but my mic was turned off on the recording. So sort of 5 minutes in, I had to stop the recording, turn my mic on Camtasia, and start it again. And I was just like, I can't believe this, typical. But luckily, my co-host Vinay, he records it on his side, using both Camtasia and Skype voice recorder. So, tip for the day, or lesson for the day, always have a backup. Lesson number 2, always double check your mic. I mean, usually it's turned on by default, but what I realised is earlier in the week, or sometime last week, I've done a recording where I only wanted the system audio. I didn't want my mic to be captured. I was doing some recording, so I turned it off. And when I turned it back on today, it's the first time I've used it since then. So I turned it back on today, and the mic was still turned off. But what I will say is, it was a great interview. You know, I've read the E-Myth, probably 3 times now. The E-Myth Mastery, I've listened to it, I've got the audio book, I've listened to it probably about over 10 times. You know, at one stage I had it on repeat. To hear Michael speak today and to speak directly with him, he brought a different dimension. You know, he really, he lives this E-Myth thing. It's not just a book he's written, it's not just a brand he's developed. He lives this E-Myth systems development approach to business, and he's serious about it. So yeah, right now I'm going to go and put the kettle on, get a drink, and close out the day. It's been a good one, so I'll speak to you soon.